This structure wasn't created by humans, but by a very tiny little creatures. Beneath the soil, beyond the reach of sunlight and temperature extremes, a biological system operates with precision and continuity. At the center of this system lives a single male termite whose survival can extend beyond 20 years. His longevity is not accidental. It is the result of controlled conditions, specialized biology, and a colony structured to preserve his cellular stability. Every termite king begins life as a winged, reproductive male, known scientifically as an alate. His body develops differently from workers from the moment he matures. His reproductive organs, particularly the testes, enlarge and begin producing sperm cells through the process of spermatogenesis. This process occurs continuously in early adulthood, generating millions of sperm cells stored internally in reproductive ducts. His life as a king begins during a nuptial flight. During this event, environmental signals trigger synchronized emergence. Rising temperature, increased humidity, and softened soil conditions after rainfall create the precise atmospheric balance necessary for survival outside the colony. The wings of the reproductive termites allow them to disperse, reducing genetic overlap with their original colony. Once he lands, he sheds his wings. Specialized fracture lines at the base of the wings allow them to detach cleanly. This prevents energy loss and reduces vulnerability to predators. The muscles that once powered flight begin to break down internally. Their proteins are reabsorbed and redistributed as energy reserves, sustaining him during the early days underground. But life can be very lonely without the queen termite by his side. The king termite, knowing that he must reproduce and raise a colony, begin to search for his queen. During termite swarming, alate kings and queens release pheromones to attract mates. They fly, follow pheromone trails, and often pair up in midair or on landing. After landing, they shed wings and start searching for a suitable spot to nest, often with the help of pheromone cues. It's a bit similar to a human date, but this time, a blind date. After locating a female, fertilization begins soon as they seal themselves inside a chamber. The king transfers sperm through direct abdominal contact. His reproductive organ releases sperm cells into the queen's reproductive tract, where they are stored in a specialized internal organ called the spermatheca. This structure preserves sperm cells in a controlled chemical environment, preventing degradation. Unlike many other insects, the termite king does not fertilize the queen once and disappear. He remains with her for life, continuing to fertilize eggs periodically. This continuous fertilization ensures genetic diversity and maintains egg viability over decades. Within days, the queen begins laying eggs. Each egg forms inside her ovaries. Nutrients provided by her metabolism allow each egg to accumulate proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates necessary for embryonic development. Once fertilized, the egg contains a complete genetic blueprint. The egg itself is encased in a protective outer shell called the chorion. This structure prevents dehydration while allowing gas exchange. Oxygen passes through microscopic pores, supporting cellular respiration as the embryo develops. Egg development is highly sensitive to environmental conditions. Temperature must remain within a narrow range, typically between 25 and 31 degrees Celsius. Within this range, enzyme activity inside the developing embryo functions efficiently. These enzymes regulate cell division, tissue formation, and organ development. If temperature drops too low, metabolic reactions slow, delaying development. If temperature rises too high, proteins begin to denature, disrupting the embryo. Humidity must also remain stable. The egg cannot survive dehydration. Workers maintain humidity by transporting water molecules through their own bodies and releasing moisture into the air through respiration and evaporation. The structure of the mound itself traps this moisture, maintaining the environment necessary for safe development. Within approximately 14 to 30 days, the egg hatches. Enzymes weaken the inner shell, allowing the larva to emerge. The larva is soft, pale, and incapable of survival on its own. Its exoskeleton is thin, lacking the hardened layers of chitin that provide protection in adults. Workers immediately assume responsibility for its survival. They feed the larva using a process called trophallaxis. This involves transferring partially digested food from their own digestive system directly into the larva's mouth. This food contains not only nutrients, but also microorganisms essential for survival. These microorganisms include protozoa and bacteria that live in the termite digestive tract. Termites cannot digest wood directly. Wood is composed primarily of cellulose, a complex carbohydrate that most animals cannot break down. The microorganisms inside the termite gut produce enzymes called cellulases, which break cellulose into glucose molecules. This glucose becomes usable energy. Without these microorganisms, termites would starve even in the presence of abundant food. Workers transfer these microorganisms to larvae during feeding, ensuring the digestive system develops properly. The king benefits from this same system. He receives food that has already been processed. Workers digest the wood, break it down chemically, and deliver nutrients directly to him. This eliminates the need for his digestive system to perform heavy metabolic work. This reduction in metabolic workload reduces cellular stress. Cells generate damage over time through normal metabolism. One major source of damage is reactive oxygen species, chemically unstable molecules produced during energy generation. These molecules damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. The king's protected lifestyle reduces the production of these damaging molecules. He does not forage, he does not defend, he does not build. His muscles remain largely inactive. Lower muscle activity results in lower metabolic demand, reducing the accumulation of cellular damage. Workers also maintain his physical condition directly. They clean his body continuously, removing fungal spores, bacteria, and debris. This prevents infections that would otherwise shorten his lifespan. Their grooming also distributes antimicrobial compounds produced naturally by termite bodies. These compounds inhibit microbial growth. The mound itself contributes to his survival. Its structure regulates airflow through passive ventilation. Differences in temperature between the outer and inner mound create pressure gradients. Warm air rises and exits through upper vents, while cooler air enters through lower passages. This circulation maintains oxygen levels. Stable oxygen availability allows his cells to perform aerobic respiration efficiently. This process generates energy while minimizing harmful metabolic byproducts. Temperature stability inside the mound also protects his proteins. Proteins must maintain precise shapes to function properly. Temperature fluctuations can cause proteins to unfold or malfunction. The stable environment prevents this damage, preserving biological function. Over time, generations of workers live and die. Workers typically survive 1 to 2 years. Their bodies exposed to risk, labor, and environmental variability. Their cells accumulate damage faster due to higher activity levels. The king avoids these stresses. His cellular repair mechanisms remain effective longer. His body continues functioning while others decline. The colony maintains the conditions necessary for his survival continuously. Workers repair structural damage to the mound. They adjust airflow channels. They regulate moisture. They ensure his nutritional needs are met. His survival becomes the product of collective effort. Years pass. The colony expands. Millions of termites may live and die within the same structure. The king remains alive at the center. His longevity reflects the stability of his environment, the efficiency of his biology, and the continuous support provided by the colony. His life continues, sustained by a system designed not for speed, but for permanence.